How are they gonna send you your royalties? They require you a US bank account to be able to send you your royalties. So there was a month that we grossed about 80K in just 1 month. In this episode, I'm going to share with you how I self-published my book from the Philippines, worldwide, and now I'm earning 6 figures from it. The chapters of this video include the pre-printing process, my story, and my post-printing process. Hi, I'm Ruth. I believe that dreams come true and I share my mindset and practical tutorials on the internet. How I make my dream life a reality here on my channel. If that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to this channel. Before we start, I want to invite you to download my freebies. For those who dreams to be a flight attendant, I have a bunch of free stuff for you, a free course, a free sample interview questions and answers, and the links will be on the description box. Now let's get into it. Why first self-publish your book? The average millionaire has 7 sources of income. Self-publishing your book is a great additional source of income that you can add to your portfolio because you just put in the work in the beginning and you earn from it forever. There is no limit on how much you can earn and you can control this asset as a publisher forever. The only block I faced when I was making this dream come true is that most of the tutorials I saw online does not apply to the Philippine setting. I have overcome that issue and let me share with you how I did it exactly. For context, this all happened way back in 2017. I made a video about it while this was happening during my first book ship out. I meant to make this tutorial, but then life got in the way. So here we are, 7 years later, I'm just making this video. I will link my previous video on how to self-publish on here, on the description or here in the video if you're interested in that vlog. So chapter 1. Step 1 is finish your book, obviously. Once you are finished with your book, when I was done with that, I did the final edit. I sent it out to a freelancer in Fiverr to do a book layout for me and have it ready for printing. The step 2 is get the copyright. Send in a copy of your manuscript and the application will be for National Library of the Philippines. Once you claim your copyright certificate, you are ready to print. Ito yung nabayaran ko sa copyright. Sobrang minimal lang siya. And I just had to print a manuscript copy, meaning it was just in a bond paper when I printed it out. You could also send a proof copy of your book, something na already book version, but I wasn't willing to print out a book version before na pwede naman yung manuscript. The step number 3 is choose a printer. So way back when I was self-publishing this book, it was 2017. So, ang ginawa ko, naghanap ako sa Yellow Pages, naghanap ako sa Google, naghanap ako sa Facebook ng mga printers na pwede kong pagprintan ng not maraming copy, but just 100 copies. So, among all the rest na canvasan ko, I chose one. I'm not sponsored by them. It's JMD Prints. I think sa Facebook, JMD Prints. And sila yung napili ko and masaya naman ako sa service nila. So once I chose them, I gave them the copy of my book layout. They gave me a proof or a proof copy ng book once it's done. I inspect it for any printing errors na I need to finally, like sa likod, sa harap, any final details that I want to change sa manuscript, things like that. And once it's okay with you, it's approved, then I had my order with them and my first print was 100 copies. So step 4 is I also had my layouter create a Kindle version of my book or my manuscript and then have it available. I uploaded it sa Amazon print on demand platform. Ito yung mga formats that you can upload with Kindle. I've searched them for you. And I had mine. I sold it on a paperback version of my book as well as an ebook version sa KDF Publishing ng Amazon. And later on, I sold my own ebook version in my own website na din. If my content has been helpful to you in any way, please let me know by giving a like on this video. That really helps me a lot. You have no idea. And I would really appreciate from the bottom of my heart. Chapter 2, my story. All right, so let's start with my story and what is the difference between printing 100 copies versus offset printing, which just means minimum copy that you can print is 1,000 copies. All right, fun fact, did you know that I used zero capital in getting my book out and purely just used the knowledge inside my head and my experience stored in my brain to get this book, make this book a reality? If you are part of the first batch, thank you so much. The first batch na umorder ng book ko. Kasi big thank you to you, because of you, kayo yung nagkapital ng book. So this is what happened. I've always wanted to write a book. It's been a long time coming. I finally finished writing the book, had it done and ready for printing. And I said to my readers, or I was vlogging at that time, or my subscribers, if you want a copy of my book, you can pre-order it. If you pre-order it, it will be much cheaper than when the book comes out. And then I will have a dedication written in front ng book, especially customized to you. So they bought the book like 200 pesos cheaper, and then they paid right away, and they will have the book delivered to them after 1 month. So yun yung naging offer ko nung time na yon. And so I did the pre-order campaign, and my followers, they pre-ordered the book. And when they did, yun na nga, I was able to come up with the capital to print the first batch of first 100 copies of the book. And the first 100 printout was sold out. I did 2 more rounds of 100 copies per batch. And then, yun na nga, after that 2 rounds, I realized na I'm going for an offset printing na nga. That got me 1,000 copies in one order for that much better of a price. Using the same process, of course, of proofreading it first, and then before you give the go signal to the printers. Okay, so this is the difference between the printing by hundreds and printing by the thousands. If printing by the hundreds, it would be siguro, compared to printing by the thousands, of course, per piece of the book, mas malaki yung matitipid mo if in bulk mo siya ipapaprint. Pero if you don't have the money to fund that at the very beginning, it's really hard, So ako, since I've already did 2 rounds of 100 pieces ng book sold, I was able to save money for the 1,000. So yung difference siguro ng per piece ng book to kung tig hundreds lang yung papaprint mo, and per piece, if i-compare mo siya, mga 80% difference in price per book. 80% ang matitipid mo. Pero of course, mas malaking amount of money yun kasi maramihan nga. So yun nga, as you can see, the profit when you are printing a book, profit margin is really high. So if you already have your own following, or if you already have your own readership and they're waiting for you to print your own book, just have it printed by yourself. You will earn a lot of profit margin per book if you do that. Yan. Ayon, so that's the tea of printing by the hundreds and thousands. Yung naging problem ko lang with my offset printing is that there was a bunch of books, kasi sobrang dami nga ng packages, diba? Isang pack nito is parang 50 pieces of books, and then they delivered to me 1,000 copies. So napakadaming packages, like isang buong wall, punong-puno ng books. And so, ang naging problem lang, I wasn't able to check each and every one of them sa sobrang dami. But I would urge you guys, if you are gonna do offset printing, make sure that you inspect the book na isa-isa. Inspect mo talaga sila, kasi in my case, bawat batch ng 50 pieces ng book, merong isa or dalawa na they've missed. So may blank pages ako dito sa books na to, mga 2 or 3 pages na blank. It's a printing error. Yun yung mga error na you have to check if you are printing physical books. So make sure that they are there when you are checking it out, or na maibalik nyo pa yun sa printer para palitan nila, kasi sayang din. So if it was 50 per pack and I have 1,000 books at all. So parang 20 books yung merong mga blank pages. So sayang din yun. Ayun. And then, ang masaklap pa doon, if hindi mo na-check, yung customer mo yung magsasabi sa'yo na may ganon. So, parang nakakahiya sa customer na ganon yung nangyari. Di nga ba? So, ayun. So, if you are just starting to print out your book copies and you don't know yet if it's gonna sell or not, it's a good idea to print your book by the hundreds first until you're sure na it will sell. Once you have the demand for your book going and dun ka na sure, mag-offset printing ka na kasi there you will have the large profit margin. In the comments, please let me know what type of book are you planning to self-publish because I'm really curious. Chika. Send the tea on the comment. Alright, so the third chapter, post-printing, selling channels and how to hack the US bank account requirement ni Kindle or ni Amazon.com. Alright, ganito kasi yan. When you are going to print it, and then have to sell it worldwide, meron kang option na ilagay mo yung book mo sa Amazon.com or Kindle, and then, pag nandun na yung manuscript mo, pag may order ka abroad, kung may order ka online, saka lang nila ipiprint yung book mo. Hindi kagaya dito sa Pilipinas, which I did, na pinaprint ko na, tapos nakastock na sa akin yung stocks. Pero dito sa Kindle Amazon, they will print one by one yung book mo, isa-isa, depende sa orders. So kung may isa kang order, they will print one and they will ship it out to the customer and then they will give you royalties for that. In my case, depende siguro sa price ng book, sa Amazon.com, per book sold, I get about $5. So, pwede na rin, di ba? Hindi ako yung nagpa-print, sila na yung nag-print and everything, sila na rin yung nag-ship and nag-asikaso dun sa customer. So, now, we are here on the most exciting part. Yun nga, because of that, sinabi ko lang yun sa Amazon if you're not familiar. So, yun nga, the only block with that is, if hindi ka taga US, how are they gonna send you your royalties? They require you a US bank account to be able to send you your royalties. So that is why most Filipinos, it's hard to self-publish or use this avenue of another stream of income because dun nga sa block part na yon. Kasi hindi naman tayo US citizen. We can't have a US bank account. We don't have a UST number, you know. So now, the most exciting part, how do you make money this way? So I started selling my book manually, shipping it through LBC. Okay? After a few rounds of that, I discovered Shopee and how the readers can pay you through COD. Kasi dati, mano-mano pa talaga kami. So sa LBC, ako nag-ship and yung customer ko magbabank deposit, isa-isa ko pa silang i-check na nagbayad sila or magpapadala sila through nung panahon na yon, meron pang Mluyer or whatever, lahat ng mga ways to send money to you. So it's very nouveau, it's very bago noong time na yon. Hindi siya yung normal thing. At saka bagong-bago lang din yung Shopee. So buti na lang na-discover ko yung Shopee and then yun nga, lang din yung mga readers ko. Tumaya lang din sila kasi nga maganda yung Shopee kasi babayaran mo lang pag dumating na yung parcel. So kasi dati they have to pay before they can get the parcel shipped to them. Through LBC pa. Tapos ang mahal pa ng shipping cost. You know, medyo mahal si LBC eh. So, ayun. So, then, when I started selling it on Shopee, this is the history of sales I have had ever since I started. And it has been effective nga. Kahit na bago pa siya, wala pa masyado nag-Shopee nung time na yon, way back 2017. And since it's very convenient, they took risks and ordered my book online. So then I uploaded my book in Shopee and I made my account. They do take a percentage sa seller. So you have to budget about 10% of your gross sales kasi kukunin nila yon as their cost. Okay? So pwede na rin para sa akin. Ever since the start, this is how much I was able to sell. I've already shown you that. You can also calculate how much gross sales I have made since then. I remember there was a month that we grossed about 80K in just 1 month dahil nga sa demand ng book. So, yun. That was just so real. I really can't believe that it was happening. Guys, so just keep trying for your dreams kasi you never know kung ano bang papatok sa market and what God has in store for you, di ba? So now I'm selling my book through TikTok Shop as well. Same perks of the COD and also the same perks of the JNT picking up my orders from my home. So also convenient for me kasi hindi na ako kailangan pumunta sa LBC or magdala ng maraming orders para ipadala. So sila yung pupunta sa bahay. Next, I sold my book via Kindle publishing in Amazon, where in some of the orders, I already explained this, it was the only time that they will print a copy pag meron lang order. You earn royalties per book sold, and of course, depending on how much your book is priced, that is how much royalties you will earn. This has been my royalties since I have published my book. And legit siya guys, talagang nakuha ko yung aking mga royalties when I published my book. And the hack is, yung pinakahihintay ng lahat, most people will give up at this point nga dahil nga it requires a US bank account. But I discovered that if you enroll yourself in a Payoneer account, again, not sponsored, I just discovered them. I have a Payoneer account. That's the hack. Kasi sa Payoneer account, they will provide you with a US bank account, Europe bank account, whatever, Japanese bank account. And then, those are the details that you will give to Amazon, Amazon Europe, Amazon US. Those are the details. Those are the bank accounts that you could put there sa account mo. And anything na pumasok sa account na yon, i-remit ni Payoneer sa account mo naman sa Philippines. For a fee, of course. They get a percentage of whatever na pumasok sa account mo. But it's not that big, guys. So, doable. So, eto, again, because Payoneer will provide me with a US, Europe, or even Japanese bank accounts, those are the details I will give to Amazon. In turn, they will collect all the royalties I earn through those accounts and register it I can withdraw it in my Payoneer account. The Payoneer account, I can connect to my Philippine bank account. And as a payout method, this is how I collect my royalties abroad. So that's the hack, guys. I hope you got that. They used to have a minimum withdrawal fee na $40. Now they have increased it to about $300 per withdrawal. I'm still figuring out how to go around that. Kasi, guys, ang tagal bago makaipon ng $300, no? So, ayun. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. I've been trying to get in touch with their customer service and all of that, and they haven't responded to me yet. So next Monday or next video, I'm going to be talking about the cycle of rejection for cabin crew applicants and how to break this. So tune in for the next video about that. And let me know in the comments if you have any follow-up questions about this topic, and we'll make a video about that as well. In the meantime, I would recommend for you to check out my other video on the channel. I hope this has been helpful to you, and happy publishing!